it's Belle. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to day 22 of Bookmas. I think it's gonna rain today. It's cold. Snow's supposed to come tomorrow, I think. So prepare for that. Some of our Christmas card. I don't think I'm gonna have hardly any footage for today because it's just trying to feel better. But I thought I'd give a reading update. I have finished Alessia and Atlantis, the second one. Loved it so much. Such a great book. I finished the second Christmas Carols. It was so good. Love the different take that this one took and cannot wait for the third one. Finished Futureland. Man, that was good. It was so different and just everything about it, and I just can't wait for more from that either. So impressed by that. I finished The 13th Cat by Mary Howningdon. Really love that one. The ending, I think it could have been fleshed out more. I think it would have been better if it was a little bit longer. Just certain parts, if we knew more about them. And like the ending, it was satisfying. The main part that needs to be satisfying was for me, but there was a part that just I didn't like about the ending, or not didn't like, I just wish she had done more with the ending and let it go further. And I just got done reading. I read this one even faster. Like her books, even though there might be some things that frustrate you or off, you just can't put them down. Apparently, these are my first ones. What We Saw, I read that one and I finished it already. That one was pretty dark. Dark to me more so than anything magical because things like it really happen, which is kind of scary, and it's actually very scary. And I don't have kids, so I don't like to say what age I think should read or not, but I would say like read it yourself before you decide if you want your kid to read it, just because of the subject matter and things that happen in there. But I really enjoyed it. So now I have the next book of hers that was sent to me to read from HarperCollins and Harper Alley. Wait Till Helen Comes. I've never read the book, and this is the graphic novel, and the art just looks so great, so I'm so excited. And I also finished Operation Nativity, and that was just such a cute, atmospheric story. And I've said it before, I love all like the Christmas carols. Like, it doesn't matter. I love Christmassy middle grade books, but I just wish there was more out there about what Christmas really is about. It's not about Santa, and it's about the birth of Jesus Christ. So, and the fact that this one is about that just made my heart so happy. And such great messages in there as well. But at the same time, adventure and humor and amazing illustrations. So it's like perfect. I just really love that because, like I said, it's always weird to me that people that don't believe in God, or even people that talk bad about the Bible and God and like all that stuff, like they actually like talk, you don't believe in them, but you talk bad about the Bible. Like, they celebrate Christmas. You know you're celebrating what you're talking bad about, right? Now, people that don't believe and then they celebrate it just to celebrate something, that's fine. I'm just saying the ignorant people that talk bad about people who believe in God, talk bad about God, talk bad about the Bible, but then celebrate Christmas. That's what's ignorant to me. Like, you do know what you're doing, right? So now, oh, and I finished The Ministry of Unladylike Activity, the new series by Robin Stevens. It was so good. I love the differences of this one than the other one so far, and I'm enjoying the characters. I love seeing, especially the author's note in the back, Robin Stevens talking how, you know, in school you were only taught we were the goodies, like British. I think she's talking about we're the goodies and we defeated the baddies, the Germans. But they don't talk about all the other stuff, like what they did wrong too. Like, they had a limit on who they would let save in. They turned away so many people trying to escape the Nazi regime. And just like the U.S., like, stepped in so late and turned away and ignored it. And I really appreciated that, saying that she wanted to show how even people who Hitler was against when it first came about, like all things like that, you get sucked up into it, and like the bigness of it and just the way it makes you feel. But then when you find out, oh, that's not what I thought it was, and you feel horrible. And in this case, it was someone that actually Hitler would not want to be able to live. So this is someone who was being targeted by the Nazis, who got caught up in it in the beginning. She wanted to show that, and also show that people that had nothing to do with it were put in camps by even the British people, like Italians and Irish. Like the Irish were looked as, because they were trying to stay out of it, so that made them suspicious. So they were all like, ugh. And the way they treated other people that weren't even Nazis. And then Germans that had nothing to do with it. If you were German and you lived like in London, you were automatically, and then they put them in camps. And she wanted to show it wasn't just goodies versus baddies. Something like the good side did bad things too. So, and I really like that. And you can't just talk about some of history and not talk about all of it, even if it makes your side not look the greatest. It's because it'll happen again. I mean, things going on now recently, it shows that. If you're going to show history, you have to tell all of it. It's crazy to think about all the things that are probably left out of history that we don't even know about because they weren't written down, because people didn't want people to know the truth. Or if someone did something great that people thought that someone like them shouldn't have achieved, they didn't want, like, you know what I'm saying? Like all the evils that weren't written down that should have been. So I don't know, it's just crazy. But since I finished that detective series finally, I'm going to start the Rose Campion series. I picked this one next because the third book is a Christmas book, so I figured I'd go ahead and get that one, this series done, because I've had it forever. But the first one is Rose Campion and the Stolen Secret by Lynn Gardner. I haven't started it yet because I just finished that Robin Stevens book last night, but I'm going to start it in a minute. And since I finished Miss Smith's Spy School for Girls trilogy by Beth McMillan, I picked out the first Lola Binko Treasure Hunter. I'm almost done with it, then I'll start the second one. It's only 2 out, and then she started another series, so I don't know if it's just going to be the 2 for this one. I'm on page 182. Really loving this. After finishing a series continuation of Christmas sorts with the Christmas Carols, I picked up the second in the Kringle Set Chronicles by Dawn Treacher, Return of the Queen. The author had sent me the first book, and I really enjoyed it, and I picked this one up myself, I'm pretty sure. I'm on page 93, so far so good. And I picked up I'm reading Plotting the Stars, but I think I've shown but didn't talk about. Moon Garden, Michelle A. Berry. And Pixel Ink had sent me this, and I had no idea what was coming. I was so excited. 133, because it's a highly anticipated release. And I finished books for 7-year-olds, and that big group of books that HarperCollins UK sent me. And so I'm about 90 pages into books for 8-year-olds, and that's the last one of that. They're pretty cute, just like all short stories. There's some I really enjoy, and then some I'm just like, what? Still reading Virtually Me, about kids going to virtual school. It's pretty cool so far. Almost done with the Merlin book, and I'm finally I picked up, I've had this forever, A Boy Called Christmas by Matt Haig, and then I can watch the movie. I'm on page 148. And I picked up The Lion of Larkcase Manor by Aubrey Hartman, and this comes out in May, and the author had sent me a copy. She had reached out to me. Thank you so much. It sounds so up my alley. I'm on page 46. It's so different so far, and I'm really enjoying it. Can't wait to continue with this. I think that's everything. So I will definitely have some content for today with all that jabbering. Now I'm going to do some reading. Anyhow, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you would like to subscribe, I would love that if you'd like to. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.